For the first time ever, physicians may have a way to diagnose chronic fatigue syndrome, a debilitating disorder marked by prolonged fatigue and a total lack of energy. Chronic fatigue affects up to 14 million Americans. A recent study conducted at Georgetown University Medical Center found that levels of a particular metabolite in urine called 5-HIAA are generally higher in chronic fatigue sufferers than in healthy people. The study findings are published in the January 2000 issue of the Annals of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology. The original research also found a fourfold improvement in CFS patients taking a nutritional supplement called Enada, as compared with those who took a placebo. Enada is a patented stabilized form of NADH, a coenzyme that occurs naturally in the human body. Within weeks of the recent TV, radio, and magazine media coverage, millions of people have become aware of Enada's energy-enhancing potential. Let's listen to several of the TV news reports.
Live from KYW3 Philadelphia. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
For millions of people, almost twice as many women as men suffer from constant fatigue. Tonight, there's a remarkable breakthrough in the diagnosis and treatment of chronic fatigue syndrome.
Our medical specialist, Stephanie Stahl, is here now with the story. Everybody's working too hard, huh?
That's right. It's a question we often ask. Are you just tired, or is it something more serious? Well, chronic fatigue syndrome is an often debilitating disorder that causes unexplained tiredness or lack of energy. And it's difficult to diagnose for many patients. There's no known cure, but now all that's changing.
I tried to go in to take a shower, and I was not even able to wash the shampoo out of my hair.
Sandra Vasoki isn't just tired. She has chronic fatigue syndrome, or CFS. And Sandra isn't alone. 14 million Americans, mostly women between the ages of 20 and 40, have it.
I was a really energetic person. People always told me that I moved at about 200 miles an hour, and I had been a marathon runner, and it was a really drastic change in my life.
Many patients have gone undiagnosed because there was no test for CFS. Now, a new procedure may help pinpoint people with chronic fatigue syndrome.
If we have a test that can show a chemical substance, a reaction in the urine, which correlates with disease activity, well, then I think we have made a bit of a dent in understanding the disease better.
Doctors have found that a chemical in urine called 5-HIAA is higher in people with chronic fatigue syndrome. The level of 5-HIAA goes down as chronic fatigue sufferers get better, according to the new study. Patients' conditions improved when they were given Enada, an over-the-counter supplement.
In the patients who received the Enada, there was a fourfold improvement.
Enada is a form of NADH, an enzyme that occurs naturally in the body.
With the Enada, I have adequate energy to, do my work. I can get home, fix dinner.
Now, this breakthrough is great news for a lot of people because the quicker chronic fatigue syndrome is diagnosed, the quicker it can be treated. Again, Enada is available without a prescription. It is what they call a natural remedy. But if you have this or anything else, we always tell people, check with your doctor ahead of time. Bingo. Because they can often have different kinds of reactions for different people.
Yeah, good advice. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks,
sure.
Very nice.
You're watching WXYZ 7, where 7 stands for news. This is Action News. It's 5:30.
For the very first time, you can take a test for chronic fatigue syndrome. Healthy Living reporter Carolyn Clifford tells us it could take the mystery out of this puzzling disorder.
Imagine being too tired to run a simple errand or to walk down a whole flight of stairs.
I was going home and collapsing by dinner time.
I tried to go in to take a shower, and I was not even able to wash the shampoo out of my hair.
And then imagine going to doctor after doctor without being able to find out what's wrong. That's what life is like for most chronic fatigue syndrome sufferers. Until now, there's been no diagnostic test for the disease.
If we have a test that can show a chemical substance, a reaction in the urine, which correlates with disease activity, well, then I think we have made a bit of a dent in understanding the disease better.
Doctors found that the levels of a particular metabolite in urine called 5-HIAA are generally lower in healthy people and higher in people suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome. And they found that the 5-HIAA level goes down as chronic fatigue sufferers get better. This new ability to simply diagnose the disease is groundbreaking, and it's allowing doctors to try coenzyme therapy on confirmed patients.
In the patients who received the Enada, there was a 4-fold improvement over those that got the control or the placebo.
Enada is the only patented stabilized form of NADH, a coenzyme that occurs naturally in the human body. Clinical trials are testing Enada for chronic fatigue.
With the Enada, I have adequate energy to, do my work. I can get home, fix dinner.
Researchers at Georgetown University are also studying this over-the-counter supplement to see if it will help slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease.
#1 in Western Washington, with coverage you can count on. Broadcasting in HD TV from Digital Studio A. King 5 News at 5.
Do you always feel tired? Now a new breakthrough might be able to help you and 14 million other Americans. Researchers at Georgetown University Medical Center are close to developing a new test to diagnose chronic fatigue syndrome. The urine test detects a certain metabolite, which is often higher in people who have the condition. They could benefit from a dietary supplement called Enada, which lowers the metabolite levels.
In the patients who received the Enada, there was a 4-fold improvement over those that got the control or the placebo.
Chronic fatigue syndrome is characterized by prolonged fatigue and a total lack of energy.
You're watching the Southland's #1 news, the Channel 4 News at 4:30.
Doctors at Georgetown University are reporting that a urine test may help diagnose chronic fatigue syndrome. Research also indicates the syndrome is a disease which is treatable with a new dietary supplement. The Georgetown findings will be presented to an upcoming immunology meeting in Chicago. Chronic fatigue syndrome affects more women than breast cancer.
I used to fall asleep at the wheel of the car.
I was sleeping anywhere from 20 to 22 hours a day.
Tired of being tired? During a clinical pilot study, participants taking Enada were 4 times more likely to improve in energy and mental clarity than those taking a placebo.
Been doing fine since I've been taking Enada.
It's almost been like a miracle.
Energize naturally with Enada, the first nutritional supplement clinically tested for helpful relief of chronic fatigue. Enada is available in 2.5 and 5 milligram tablets. We recommend seeking the advice of a qualified physician or healthcare professional when taking any nutritional supplement. For more information on Enada NADH, visit our website at www.enada.com or call 1-800-636-8261.